Okay, so here is my current lip collection. We're going to be doing my lipsticks, gloss, balms, oils, all of the things. And then we are also going to be doing my lip liners. I keep those in a little cup over here, so we'll do those at the end. I don't know the starting number. I'll pop it up here somewhere just in case you're curious about the start number, and then I will put the finishing number in there as well. If you haven't seen my other declutter videos, I will link them below. It's my end of the year declutter series. And if you could do me a favor and go ahead and like this video now so that you don't forget at the end. And if you're new here, please feel free to subscribe before you leave. I do post uploads weekly. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the declutter. Okay, first I'm going to start with these Makeup by Mario. What are they? They're like a lip balm thing. They're a plumping lip serum. I have 3 colors. This like really pretty mauve shade is definitely probably my favorite. It is Rose Glow, and then I have Bronze Glow, which these are like pretty sheer. So even though it's a brownie tint, it just like is like literally that, a tint. So I'm going to hang on to it. And then this one is a pinky one. As you can see, I have only used this one like twice just because it is so light and so sheer. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to get rid of it yet, but definitely this is something I could see myself getting rid of if I haven't used it by the summertime. So I am going to hang on to these 3. They are a little bit newer to my collection, and I feel like I haven't really gotten to know them yet, so I'm going to hang on to them. Next up, I have these Kaja Love Blurs. I freaking love these. I have 3 shades. I have My Heart, Romantic Vibe, and Affection. And I have swatched these in like other videos and on my IG stories. I'll probably swatch some stuff, but not everything. Romantic Vibe is definitely the one. Yeah, it's this one that I have worn the most. It's also the one I've had the longest. These are just so beautiful on the lips. They are very blurring, like they claim. I literally love them. And the packaging is really cute too, without being like cheesy. So I'm gonna hang on to those. I have a Glossier CoconutBalm.com. This is okay. I don't really like, I've tried to use it, but I just don't really feel like it moistures my lips or like sinks in. It just kind of sets on the top, and it's really like, I'm trying to think of the texture to describe this. I don't know, just kind of icky. So I'm going to declutter this one. I also have an Hourglass Phantom Vanish Stick, whatever they're called, in the shade Trace. I was actually really apprehensive about this shade. I didn't think I would like it because it's more of like a brownie tint. But I do find myself wearing it pretty often with a lip liner. I just wear like a sheer coat. And honestly, I feel like this is one I could even empty this year. So I'm going to keep it. I have this one from Bare Minerals. It is in the shade Serenity. It is a lip gloss balm. I actually haven't even tried this. I got this recently in like a little gift with purchase from my Ulta order. But that's the shade. I haven't tried it, like I said, so I'm going to keep it. The Merit lipstick. This is like one of my 2 oldest. I have the shade Baby. And if you've been here, then you know I tried to Project Pan it this year. Obviously, I didn't succeed, but I did use it a lot. One of my favorite shades and formulas. I was actually trying to decide if I want to try and completely pan it again this year, but put forth like an effort. Still haven't decided, but love this. So I'm going to keep it. My other oldest lipstick is this one from Milani, and it's in the shade Petal. And this is one that I probably only wear a couple times a year just because it is so vibrant, which isn't what I usually go for. But this paired with a cool toned lip liner is freaking stunning in the summer and spring. So I do wear it, just not enough to probably ever finish it. And let me smell it. Yeah, it still smells fine, still performs fine. So I'm going to keep it. These are my only 2 lipsticks from 2022. So these are my 2 eldest ones. Everything else is 2023 and up. So I don't feel too guilty keeping them because everything else is much like newer, if you will. Next up is this Lottie London lip oil. I personally didn't like this. It was very like, I didn't really feel like it was hydrating. It wasn't like emollient on the lips. It was very almost just like, dry is not the right word, but like chalky almost, you know? Definitely not a good lip oil in my opinion. I have a lot better, so I'm not hanging on to it. I'm going to declutter it. I'm also going to declutter this Kaja Love Swipe in the shade I'm Melting. This is like super pretty. But I don't know. It just like smells kind of weird. And I don't reach for it, so I am gonna let it go. I think because even though the shade is so cute, it's like hard to store. So before it was like off in a different area, and so I just never reached for it. So I'm gonna declutter it. Next, I have this little mini from Valentino. The shade is 100R. This is the, which formula is this? God, I can't read that, but I love this formula and this shade. Freaking stunning. I might need to rotate that into my basket next time, but I'm going to keep it. I have another one from Valentino. This is it's a mini, but it's one from their that spiky collection. So I think they're matte. And the shade I have is 134R. Another beautiful shade. I need to rotate these in next time. These are gorgeous. I'm gonna keep it. Oh, I was like, where's my other Huda gloss? I have 2 of these faux filler glosses from Huda Beauty. And I love both of them. I have the shade Bombshell. And then I also have the shade Clear. I know these got like pretty mixed reviews, but I love them. They are probably one of the most hydrating products I've ever put on my lips. And they don't burn and they make my lips look so freaking juicy, like literal glass. So stunning. I love this formula, so I'm keeping it. Couple I'm going to declutter are these 2 lip stains from Milani. I have the shade Mahogany Mommy and then Mauve Mentality. And Mahogany Mommy was like really, I loved the color once it was applied, but once it wore off, it looked very orange and that's just not for me. So I'm going to declutter it. And then this shade here, which was Mauve Mentality, I loved the color of this on my lips, but this one didn't stain my lips at all. I don't know what it was, but the color like would completely disappear, no stain. So I'm not going to keep it because the texture is kind of weird. It's very like jelly. Feels very gel-like on the lips, which is kind of weird, but I was like, well, if it stains nice, I'll use it, but it doesn't. So I'm going to declutter this. I also have this, what are these? The Fenty Beauty, like, I can't read it's so small. But I have the shade, it is Fussy or 4. And these were like the balm versions of and I know this is unpopular, but like I did not like the gloss balms, but I really like this. As you can see, it is like very shiny, can be built up to be like pretty opaque. But I think that these are really, really nice. So I'm definitely going to hang on to it. Next up, I have 2 of these lippies from YSL. I have this one, which I don't even know, which is a shade 150. And then I have the shade 7B as well. And I had one of these set aside that I knew I wanted to declutter because I didn't like the formula, but I can't remember which one now that I have them both together and I'm looking at them. This one is much more used. Sorry, you weren't in frame. This one's much more used, so I would assume it wasn't this one. But I don't know. Gosh darn it. Oh no, I do know. Good thing I didn't just go on the usage. This one is the one I was going to declutter because it'll probably be, I don't think you guys will be able to see, but this one has like really small glitter flecks in it. And they're just gritty, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna declutter this one, which is 150, and then I'm gonna keep this one, which is 7B. I have 3 of these Confidence in a Serum glosses from IT Cosmetics, and I'm keeping all 3. I'm not a huge clear gloss person, but these are like iridescent, so it adds a little something. This one is a little warm than I typically do, but if you just put a little on, it looks great. But my favorite shade is this one. This is freaking stunning. And these are really comfortable on the lips, hydrating. They have great pigment. I'll show you this one, my favorite one. Great pigment, really comfortable. Definitely one of my favorite glosses in my collection. So I am going to hold on to all 3 of them. Sorry, I don't know the shade names. They like don't have them on them. They had it on like, okay, well this one has it, this Self Assured, but it came off the sticker on the other ones. I hate when they do that. It just like cheapens it in my opinion. Like, I don't know, but I'm gonna keep them. Okay, don't really remember where it cut me off because my man got home, so yes. Moving forward, I have this e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil. This is one of the regular ones, and I like it. I actually have another one at my work desk that's not here. I had the one that came in the Watermelon Pop collection, and I did not like that one. I feel like these are definitely better. Overall, I do think the Milani lip oils are superior. And after I finish these 2, I'll switch back to that formula, but I'm going to keep it. I also have this from the Sephora collection. It is their Sheer Shine Brilliance balm, I guess. And I have the shade 05. This, first, the packaging is so pretty. And it's a little janky, but you can get these 30% off, you know? This is what the color looks like. Absolutely stunning. I got this on Skeepers, and I'm so glad that I was able to snag it because it's beautiful. So keeping this. Let's do Lawless next. I have a couple of their like balm formula of their Forget the Filler, their balm sticks. That's what they're called. I have the shade Sweetie, and then I have the shade Sugar Plum. I love the shade Sugar Plum. Wow, it doesn't even... Or maybe it doesn't want me to twist down anymore. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, there, now it's going up. I was like, no, it can't be done. But doesn't really go back down. So that's good to know. But I absolutely adore this shade. So pretty, so comfortable, gives like a little bit of a plump. Really great formula, so I'm gonna hang on to it. And then I have the shade Sweetie, like I mentioned, which is different. It's newer, and I don't know, can you guys see those sparkles? They're like glitter chunks, right? And while I think the shade overall is nice, and I thought it was something I love, I don't love the way these sparkles look on my lips. They create like a very metallic finish that I'm not into, so I'm gonna declutter this one. I also have 2 lipsticks from ABH. I have the Taupe Beige and their Satin Lipstick formula. I got this in a Ipsy like 2 years ago, and it took me so long to decide if I liked it or not, but I use it all the time, so I'm saying that I like it. I love the tone. It's just sometimes the finish looks a little bit too shiny for my preference, but like, I have used so much of this. It's one of my most reached for, so I'm going to keep it. And then I have this one, which is their matte formula, I believe. Yes, their matte lipstick in the shade Sun Baked. Really pretty shade, especially with like a dark liner. A little bit drying, but I find it to be tolerable, so I am going to hang on to it. I have this one that's new to me from, let's see, Sophia and Mabel. This is their lipstick pill in the shade Forever Young. So it's just like this little baby guy, but it's pretty long. I think the shade is really beautiful. It is a very emollient formula. I would say satin for sure, but it just stays so creamy and emollient throughout the day that less is more. Otherwise, it gets a little bit slippery. But shade is really beautiful. I'm going to keep it. Next up, I have this Revolution X Grinch. And this is like, was supposed to be cheek and lip duo. And I was like, it feels too glossy for my cheeks. But I do not like this shade on my lips. So I'm going to, oh, if I can get it on there. I am going to declutter this. Next up, I have this little mini from Jane Iredale. It is their, what is it, Just Kissed Lip and Cheek Stain in Forever Pink. And I really like this. Ooh, it looks kind of gross, but it, I've really like worn it down. It stains the lips like a really pretty pink, and it smells like watermelon. I definitely want to finish this next year because it's so small and I do use it a lot. Sorry if this is getting a little jump cutty. My dog keeps barking. Next up, I have this gloss from TYS Beauty. It is their Shea Butter Lip Gloss, and I love this. It's a very pretty milky pink, and I just think it is gorgeous. It is so comfortable and so hydrating. I love this formula. Also, you can kind of see the Jane Iredale one is starting to change and get a little bit darker there. Love, love. But yeah, definitely going to keep this. Next up, you know, it'll be easy. We'll do these from Smashbox. These are a part of their limited edition holiday launch. These lipsticks were. And they are their Flash Fix lipsticks. And I was like, initially really excited about these. I received them in PR and I'm very grateful for that. But see the glitter. They have like solid glitter in them, which, you know, looks pretty when I'm shoving it around like this. But personally, I do not like that kind of a finish on my lips. It made it look like a very metallic tin foil situation on my lips, and I really just don't, that's not my preference. So while I think they are pretty to look at, I'm not gonna wear them, so I'm gonna declutter all 4 of these. I have a lippy from Kevyn Aucoin in the shade Modern Love. This is like really pretty. I haven't worn it enough to be like, is this a Holy Grail formula or not? But I have worn it enough to know that I do enjoy it. So I'm going to keep it so that I can keep trying it. The same with this LYS lipstick. I have the shade Sincere. And first of all, this packaging is so nice. And I love that it's like a smaller like applicator. The shade is pretty. And yeah, I've only worn it like twice, but I just got it last month. So I want to hang on to it and keep trying it because I do think it's something that I'm really going to enjoy. All right, I have some Forget the Filler glosses. And I know I have swatches of these all up on my Instagram if you want to see some swatches. I have the shade Daisy Pink, Cherry Vanilla, Velvet, Rosy Outlook, and Nudie. And I really like this formula. I find it to be comfy. I feel like it does bring volume to the lips. So I am going to keep all 4 of these because I do like the shades on me. But I am going to declutter this pink one. And that's just because, I mean, it's just very bright for my taste on my lips. So I don't find it flattering on myself. So I'm not going to hang on to this one. Next up, we forgot one from Smashbox. This is their Always On Liquid Lip in the shade Bawse, and I love this. This is my favorite liquid lip. My favorite red lip, sorry. I really love the shade of this. It's a blue tone red, which is my preference, but I also love the way this dries down. It is not uncomfortable at all. But it is freaking budge proof. Like, it ain't going nowhere. This is the holiday red, you guys. The holiday red. So I'll link it if you want to check it out. But I love this red. Next up, I have 2 from Makeup by Mario. These are in his satin lipstick formula. And I have Flatiron and Bronx Baby. I'll just swatch them really quick for you. That's Flatiron. And this is Bronx Baby. Bronx Baby is definitely my favorite shade-wise, but Flatiron is a tone I do reach for from time to time. So I'm going to keep both. They're really comfortable and nice formulas. I have a lip gloss from MAC. These are I feel like they're called something specific. Oh, lip glass. Jesus, right there. A lip gloss, and this one's in the shade Cultured. I think this is fine. I don't think the formula is my favorite. It's a little bit stiff, and like not as emollient and glossy. It's a shade that I like though, and I do reach for it from time to time, so I'm gonna hang on to it for now, but it's definitely not a favorite formulation wise. I then have 3 matte lips from MAC. I have the shade Twisted Twig, and this one is probably my favorite shade. It is stunning, a stunning fall shade. And then I have this shade, which is Honey Love, and honestly, I couldn't decide if this was like a shade that I would like or not, but paired with a cool lip, it is all right. And then I have the shade Captive Audience, which was like much brighter than I anticipated, but still really pretty. I actually wore this one today. These formulas are a bit drying. They're definitely not the most comfortable matte formula I have ever worked with, but they are nice. I do enjoy them. So yeah, I am gonna hang on to them. Almost forgot one. It was hiding. This is from Makeup Forever, and first of all, I don't like this packaging. I think it looks weird. But this is their matte lipstick formula, and I have the shade Whatever Walnut. What I do like is the shape of that applicator. It allows for like super seamless application every time. I love that about it. And the formula is also very comfortable, which is nice. It's more of like a soft matte formula. If there was like an easy way to explain it, that's what I would say, soft matte formula. So I am going to hang on to it. And you already know these ain't going nowhere. These are my favorite. I honestly feel like this is definitely my favorite lipstick formula. I tried them this year. I have the shade B106, which is this like lovely brownie nude. And then I also have the shade B108, which is this gorgeous like beige neutral color that just looks freaking incredible with a cool tone liner. Oh, these are the Prada Beauty soft matte lipsticks, by the way. I've recommended these so much, and I know the price tag on them is just dumb, but I use them all the time, and you can like, I feel like you can tell that I've used this one a lot, somewhat, but I've used this so much and I feel like you still can't tell like a ton. I have my eye on another one of these. These are definitely my favorite formulas in my collection, so highly recommend, not going nowhere. And then I also have these 3 from What's Up Beauty. These are a part of their Egyptian collection. I have the shade Annika, and this is the one that I initially thought like maybe I would declutter, but I feel like it looks nice with the cool toned lippy. This formula is very like traditional matte drying. I wish it was a little bit softer, but the embossing is beautiful. And then I also have the shade Eye of Raw there, which is like really pretty. And then my favorite shade is Seba. I'll show you that one as well. That one's my favorite. As you can probably tell, it's very in line with a lot of other colors that I have. But I do wear these from time to time, so I am going to hang on to them. Okay, I did almost miss one. This one is from Pinky and Beauty. It's in the shade 1986. This is newer to my collection. I got it in this last round of Ipsy, and it is a liner up top here. And then the bottom is a gloss. And this was actually in my purse because I've really been enjoying this. I love the concept. I do that a lot anyway. So it's actually kind of nice to have it all in one. And I really do like the shade of this. So yeah, gonna keep this one. So let's see. So here are all of the lip products I'm decluttering. I counted 13. I also want to double check that. 13. I'm going to be getting rid of 13 products. So that is really exciting. I think that I did a great job. Now we're going to look at my lip liners really quickly, and then I'll show you everything that I ended up keeping. Lip liner wise, this category has grown a skosh. I currently have 3 from Tower 28. I have the shade Fill Me In, which I'm keeping. It's like not almost gone, but it's one that's like on its way, you know. And then I have the shade Paint My Number. Another gorgeous tone. Then I have the shade Draw Me, which is this like really nice brown. I really like this formula. It's soft, but not too soft. So I find that it works really great with like not only holding the line, but also it's really comfortable. I also like to use this one as like a lippy all over and top it with a gloss. I'm going to keep all 3 of those. I have this one from ABH in the shade Dusty Rose. And I've only used this like twice, so I can't really say as far as formula goes, but it's a nice color. I'm going to keep it. And then I have another one from ABH in the shade Malt. And I think I've used this like one time. Really dark, kind of similar to that, but definitely not the same. I'm going to hang on to it. I have this one from MAC, and I'm a little bit unsure about the shade. It's the shade Spice. And I think it's just like a little bit too warm for anything I would personally go for. So, I am going to declutter this one. I also opened up my replacement of the Makeup Forever pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. I finished my other one this year. This is hands down my favorite shade of lip liner. I use it literally all the time. It is a perfect shade to cool things down. If you like a cool tone lip or neutral lip, you need this. I also have this one from Beauty for Real, and it's in the shade Neutral, and this is truly like the perfect neutral shade for my lips. I love it. I know it looks kind of cool tone mauve there, but once you get it on the lips, like it literally looks like my lips but better. And this formula is so creamy and nice. Definitely hanging on to it. And then I have this one from Lovecraft Beauty, and it's in the shade Galactic Glemma. I really like the tip of this. You see how it comes up like that? It makes it so easy to line the lips. And I'll show you the shade. The shade is also absolutely stunning. Yeah, see, like, I love these tones. See, oh, oops. Yeah, I love these tones. You can clearly see where, like, that just does not fit in. So that's why it's going. But this one is staying. And then I have these 4 from Smashbox. They came in the thing with those lipsticks. And this one is the shade Be Legendary. I love this one. I've actually used this shade so much as an all-over lipstick, as a lip liner. These liners, formula-wise, are really nice, and I definitely enjoy them. So I'm going to keep the shade... Oh, wait, it's not Be Legendary. What am I talking about? I'm going to keep the shade Deep Mauve. That's what this one is. And then I also have the shade Medium Brown, which I have also used over there. And that one almost kind of crosses into the too warm. I'm going to hang on to it for now, but I could see this one potentially being decluttered just based on the warmth. And then I have the shade Cranberry, which is really pretty. I can't really foresee when I would use this, but I'm not ready to let go of it just yet. So I'm going to hang on to it for a little bit longer. And then I have the shade True Red, which I don't think it is. It pulls so like cranberry pink, because I tried to pair it with a red and I was like, oh my God, this is pink. So I'm going to declutter this one. I just don't really like the shade, to be honest. Whereas like this, I love the shade. Probably won't use it much, but I at least love the shade. This, I don't love the shade. So I'm going to declutter that. And yeah, those are all my lip liners. So 2 lip liners and 13 lip products are decluttered. Here are all the products I am keeping. So still kind of a lot for only 1 pair of lips, but you know, what can I say? I do go through lip oils fairly quickly and glosses, so could definitely see myself finishing up a few of these this year. In terms of bullets, I doubt I will finish any. Those take literal eternities. And then I do hope to finish at least 1 lip liner this year, maybe 2. So that's just kind of on my like plan to pin. But yeah, that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you go. And I will talk to you later. Bye.